do not have time to sit down and do such long videos, or better fact, I do videos. I am terrible at planning my time, so I have to excuse myself to you guys. However, I am back now, and I will hopefully actually be able to get myself together and be more frequent in my uploads now. But anyway, we are back. We're better than ever. So let's do this. I haven't done this in ages, so I feel like I'm brand new. I feel like this is my first ASMR video ever. I'm quite nervous. I don't know why, but it's basically the first video I've been filming since I've been back. Like, I mean, for like 6-8 weeks. I don't know, so I am nervous. This is worse than doing my first video that I've ever done. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to like and comment, that really helps me out. And if you like these videos, I try to do them every week. It will mean the world to me if you could subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and then I could finally take out the mid-roll ads. Because you're very lucky if you're getting spammed from those, because you cannot change them, or if your channel is not monetized yet. So thank you, YouTube, for that. But I thought today we can scroll the Am I the Asshole thread I've sorted from top this month, from which we have missed. So I think these are all brand new stories. Obviously, if they've been published in the last month, I haven't read them yet, so this is all brand new. I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. So yeah, this video does not have a theme, but let's just get going and decide if these people are worthy of the asshole title, or if they're in fact not the asshole. Little side note, I have held a poll about if you would like me to include mic scratching into my videos, and the no mic scratching, what am I saying? The no mic scratching has won, so I will not be including mic scratching in all my videos. However, I was thinking about doing either a special video where I will include mic scratching, or the other thing I had in mind was if I will do double uploads and I will do a layered mic scratching sound for the mic scratching lovers. So let me know what your preferred method would be. I don't know yet. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it. However, let's start now. Story number 1 was posted 22 days ago, and it is called Am I the Asshole for Losing My Passport to Avoid Babysitting on My Vacation? I, female 17, still live at home. My sister, 28, is married and has 2 kids, 5 and 3. Whenever she comes to visit my parents and her, whenever she comes over to visit, there's a comma missing. My parents and her stick me with the kids. This wouldn't be a problem, except as she doesn't visit for an evening. She will come for a week, and for that week I'm an unpaid nanny. If we go out to a restaurant, I have to entertain them because my mom needs to talk to my sister and brother-in-law. You get the picture. My parents decided that since this was my last summer before I became an adult, we would be going to Disneyland to celebrate my graduation. I asked who was going, and they said it was just the 3 of us. got to the airport, my sister and her family were there. Strangely enough, they were also going to Disneyland. I went into my backpack and grabbed my passport. I put it into my sock. When we got to the international security, I couldn't find it. We looked everywhere. I had to Uber home and I missed my flight. Oh well, I get to stay home by myself for a week of peace and quiet. My parents were very mad at me for losing my passport. The money they spent on my flight and entrance was wasted. Done. My mum and sister have both been posting about how hard it is to be at Disneyland with 2 little ones. They both posted that I ruined the vacation by being so thoughtless. My dad says he knows why I did and he understands, but he said I should have let him know so he didn't waste money. He said he would have gone along with my ruse. I feel bad about wasting money, but I've been to Disneyland before and I will go again later by myself or with my friends. Am I the asshole? I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like not the asshole, but it would have been so much nicer and so much better for everyone if she would have probably communicated her feelings and, would have backed out of it. However, I think she clearly stated beforehand, she asked, and it was said that she was going along with her parents. She wouldn't have been able to set boundaries for herself on that premise. She kind of rocked up at the airport and got surprised by her sister and the kids being there. So only then she could have brought up the topic that she doesn't want to go because she doesn't want to be a babysitter for the kids. So, I feel like it's good to set your boundaries and back out of things like that. It's definitely not fair to expect from her to be watching the kids. That's just such a rude thing. Like, I don't know what parent would expect that from their sibling. It annoys me. Like, she's 17. Can we not let her enjoy her own childhood, basically, and not have her be a nanny for the kids you wanted? So okay, definitely not the asshole. Also, what a dick move from the mom and the sister to be posting about it on the internet. I mean, like, it's so hard with 2 kids and no help. Like, excuse me, like, this really sounds like unpaid labor. I hope she's able to move out maybe and will then be able to draw some more boundaries when she's 18. I hope so. Top comment is not the asshole, but if they posted on social media saying, wait, I ruined the vacation because I was supposed to help with the kids or take care of them myself, so this wasn't about me, that would actually be amazing. Not the asshole, but if your dad figured out what you did and understands why he should advocate for you and tell your mom and sister that your function on earth is not to serve as your sister's babysitter and that you are done babysitting and to ask you and not to ask you anymore. Facts. Yeah. Someone said, if you only found out at the airport, then how could you have warned your dad? Smart move you though, not the asshole. Yeah, exactly. Not the asshole was going to Disneyland for your graduation, even your idea, or was it some kind of way for your sister to take your kids when she could get free babysitting? I'm honestly really disgusted by the way people take advantage of others, especially girls and women, for free babysitting. Yeah, why is it that so many people think they're entitled to free childcare from their relatives? As you know, I'm a very avid listener of Do Our Takes, which is also a Reddit story podcast, and there has been a story of a male single brother who spent on vacation with his family and always is the supposed babysitter, and even gets forced to like sleep in the room with them and stuff, and it just kind of has the same vibe. And I don't know what the thing is, like, don't know, like, think properly about if you want to have kids, what it means to you, or what it means for you, and who would actually be there to help. And don't put it on your siblings who have so far chosen to not have kids, and especially if they're underage, like, no, red flag. Right, but I think everything is being said. I don't think they're the asshole. I think the mom and the sister need a reality check. Maybe send them like PayPal requests or Cash App or whatever you have. We use PayPal in Germany. After babysitting, and charge them like like the normal rate. I think that would be good. That would be very petty though, but I think I would do that. I'm like talking as if I've done that, and if I would do that, I'm like the most unconfrontational person the world has ever seen. Like, I hate myself for it, but I'm doing fine. Anyway, next story. Bye guys, these stories are too new to have a overall vote yet, but on the last story it was kinda very clearly not the asshole as far as I could see. But also, again, for this story, not a overall vote has been decided yet, so you can still go and vote if you wanted to. This story has been posted 3 days ago and is called "Am I the Asshole for Checking My Husband's Dashcam Footage on His Car Without His Consent?" I, 34 female, live with my husband, 37 male, and daughter, 7 female. My daughter and I recently went on a short trip out of state while my husband stayed, as he had work and was supposed to look after our dog. On the last day of our trip, we get a call from husband, who was acting distraught and said that our dog Ellie had run away and that he could not find her. He claimed she just bolted away from him in the park into some bushes and he could not find her. Our dog is quite small, a mini poodle mix and almost 13 years old. She's still active, but it is really unlike her to run away from us, and I was suspicious but choose to believe. My husband and me and my daughter were in grief, but didn't want to blame him. When we came back home, he seemed unsurprisingly okay, unlike us. Ever since the pandemic, my husband started working from home, and he has always been annoyed at how much attention we give Ellie, and hated how Ellie begged to sit on our legs, on our laps and his, while he worked. A few days later, we got a call from an animal rescue in a neighbouring state, quite far from us, that she had been found. I picked up the phone and it was on our landline, which we almost never use these days, but was the contact on the microchip. I told my husband and he just said, "That is great, I am so happy," but I felt kind of blunt and insincere. I said it is strange that she got so far, and he responded that someone must have stolen and then abandoned her. This made little sense to me as to why that would happen. When he was out drinking with his buddies, I copied the videos from his dashcam for the days I was away, and saw that he had indeed taken Ellie far out of state, and clearly dropped her in front of his car, thrown a frisbee-like object into a field, yelled "fetch," and then drove off without her. I was livid and confronted him, and he just stupidly muttered how he dropped her there so she could find a farm and have a better life, and then the next day Yeah. Yeah. Well, not the asshole. You had a gut feeling and were absolutely right. This is horrible. What your husband did is sick and cruel. He left an innocent animal to die. Obviously, what you do now is up to you. But if it was me, I would never be able to trust him again. The entire relationship would be ruined. He needs to seek therapy if he is so insecure that he is jealous of a dog. Pathetic excuse for man. Yeah, like legit, next time he just runs the dog over with his car. And then just, you know, the obvious, like, being guilty, redirecting the guilt, like, trying to guilt trip her, that's what I'm trying to say here. Ugh. Not the asshole. I personally would straight up divorce him. My dogs are my family. Then he turns around and gets mad and calls you names. That's the same tactic that cheaters use when their significant other finds something, trying the whole universe on you. Yeah, exactly. It is very manipulative. Not the asshole. Run. Really OP. I don't know what else to say. He drove out of state to dump your senior dog. Next time he's going to dinner with his car. That's what I said. He calls you and your 7-year-old daughter assholes. If your dog is still in your home with you, move her to a friend or a family. Like tonight. Yeah, exactly. Like, what happens when the daughter interrupts his Zoom meetings? Is he just gonna go and drop her at the curb as well? Oh, no, that gives me a bad feeling. You know when you get like a bad gut feeling? Ugh, no, this man is a walking or driving red flag, and he does not deserve to have a dog. It makes me angry. People who treat animals wrong. Like, I understand if you made a mistake and thought you could handle an animal and then realize you can't. Obviously, as sad as that is, I somehow understand it, you know, then bringing them back to the shelter. But just leaving your cat randomly, or like your dog, oh, it makes my heart bleed. As a cat owner, I could never. Let's finish. The next story is a wedding story, and we all know I love myself some good wedding drama. It is just always the most dramatic and petty time for some people. Insane. Actually, I saw like a meme compilation today with my boyfriend of wedding fails, and I just kind of like, a lot of them are really funny, but I'll give you 3 wisdoms. I have 3 wisdoms for you. For one, don't run on your wedding or try to do stunts, because I think 70% of these fails are couples falling over when the groom tries to run with the bride, or them just absolutely face planting, trying to do dirty dancing, dance moves, or, you know, so many bridesmaids and whatever just absolutely face planting it to the ground. No running. Secondly, do not smash cake on your future wife. Don't do it, please. I've seen so many videos. It's just not it. I will invoice you what I've paid my makeup artist. I know. Honestly, I would be so freaking mad, because imagine wiping the cake off your face and then you wipe half of your makeup off as well. It's not like you can leave the cake on. It's not like you can walk around with half a face of makeup, and it's not like your makeup artist is gonna redo your makeup, or that you will have time to redo your makeup in the middle of the ceremony. Those are just things like I could not get over. And then another word of wisdom from me: do not marry near the water. You don't want to know how many of these videos were about dropped rings into the water, brides almost what else I called, like this wooden plank walks out into the water, and it just totally collapsing under the weight of 50 of them. So don't do that if you don't want to get wet or lose your wedding ring. Obviously, I think a little mishaps is funny on your wedding, but anyway, yeah, throw the wisdoms for me for your wedding. But yeah, let's see what these people have going on. This was posted 3 days ago, and it is called "Am I the Asshole for giving FMIL?" What is that? Oh, future mother-in-law. I'm smart. For giving future mother-in-law 3 days to pay me for a new wedding dress, or else I show the family a photo of her wearing it. Ooh, you know what this means? Sounds like gossip. So, I am getting married to my fiance soon. I bought my wedding dress weeks ago. Here's my future mother-in-law, also I guess his mum, kept pestering me about trying it on, but I firmly refused. I finally shut it down after she offered me $100 to let her try it on. Her reasoning for pestering me so much: she says it's because of her love for wedding dresses and her obsession with them. That's weird, man. Fast forward to yesterday. I came home from work early and found my fiance at home. He freaked out after seeing me and tried to prevent me from going into my room while trying to text somebody on his phone. I opened the door and was shocked to see his mother standing there wearing my dress. I instantly pulled out my phone and took a photo of her in it. She and my fiance freaked out after I told her that she needed to pay me for a new wedding dress in 3 days, or else I'll show their whole family the photo. She started crying and then left, and my fiance blew up at me saying I can't be serious and that I'm overreacting because his mom just wanted to try the dress on, no harm done. But I refused to listen to him because, in my opinion, the dress should only be worn by the bride and the bride only. Quite frankly, I felt disgusted looking at the dress again. I don't want it anymore. And so I think it is fair that she pays me after she ruined it for me. He yelled at me and told me to wake up and stop treating his mom like that if she was an enemy. We had a fight after he failed to get me back down, and he's been staying with his mom since then. I felt awful, but I spent $3,000 on this dress and worked hard to get it. I can't stand looking at it, but people in my family think I'm escalating things and risking my relationship with not only female mother-in-law, future mother-in-law, but my fiance as well. Am I the asshole? No. And girl, I hope you don't like this man too much, because you got to dump him. That is weird. Yeah, really not into the mother-in-law trying on the dress that the bride of her son is going to wear. Honestly, you know, it would be kind of interesting what Freud would have to say to that. I think that is really, really weird. I would honestly be absolutely freaking out if I'd heard about that. She said no firmly multiple times and made her boundaries super obvious. And I hate when adults that have been clearly stated boundaries to then choose to overstep those. It's just no. And the husband, first of all, standing guard already means they knew, both of them knew they were doing something she wasn't fine with. try on your wedding dresses. What's next? She's gonna try and breastfeed your babies, and then I don't know, maybe she can fulfill your marital duties with your husband. It might be an option. I don't know. Interesting. There's a slight update which reads the following. Oh my god, this blew up, and so I thought I'd add some updates. My fiance called and offered to pay for the dress himself so we can end the conflict. But he wants me to hand him my phone so he can delete the photo himself. Swear that I don't have any copies to use against his mom later. Apologized to his mom. And lastly, he asked that I quit his family group chat and log out of Facebook for at least a month. I haven't responded yet. P.S. He called with his offer conditions hours ago, but I didn't want to include this in the post, but now I did. Also, I'm not sure if I'll agree because I don't want him to pay for it. I want his mom, the one who wore it, to pay for it. Not being vicious, but trying to hold her accountable. No, honey, this wedding needs to be cancelled. He's just gonna delete the photo and then tell you you're unreasonable and will not be paying for your new dress. And then you don't have any leverage. Obviously, they are really concerned about that photo getting out. I love that she was intuitive enough to instantly snap a photo. I would love to see it. But yeah, also I don't think it's a unfair request for her to request a new dress. I really would not want to marry my future husband in a dress his mom wore. Except if it was like a cute, like sentimental thing, but otherwise it's just slightly weird. Obviously you do you, but I clearly respect the boundary to not do that. So yeah, let's read some comments. But I am very hard, not the asshole, and please divorce him right now before you actually have to divorce him. Not the asshole, but are you sure you want to marry this guy? He stood guard outside your bedroom so that his mother could try on your wedding dress. Do you think he will ever stand up for you against her? Yeah, exactly, he will not. He will not. They also said, I think all the incest suggestions are way off base. He's just an asshole who can't say no to his mother and is prepared to deceive OP if it will shut his mother up. Yeah, see, I don't think incest either, but it is a bit mummy's boy, and I mean there is a thing of like mums being jealous of their son's girlfriends. I don't know, I've never heard the vice versa with like the dads-in-laws and the girls, or like dads and the guys their daughters are marrying. Never heard about that. Or like girls and their mums. Also, usually not. It's just mums and their beloved sons. It's an interesting observation. But other comment, not the asshole, but the problem isn't just your FML. This is not my shorting. I can never remember the future mother-in-law. There's an I missing. Okay. It is your fiance. He lied in, he was going to lie and hide from you that you tried it on. He is defending your actions. He disrespected your belongings. He didn't care about your feelings and still doesn't. He hasn't shown he doesn't care about, he has shown he doesn't care about your boundaries. He decided that his mother wanted to try it on is more important than your feelings, and that won't go away when you're married. Personally, my petty self would have called off the engagement, and the announcement of that would be the picture of his mom in the wedding dress, stating, unfortunately I cannot marry blank. It appears he's already married and emotionally committed to his mother. At the bare minimum, you should postpone until saving, sadly. Yeah, I don't think there's any coming back from this. It is very obvious where the husband's priorities lie and who has control over his life. So, would not get into that if I was that girl. I checked if there are any updates, but as this has been posted 3 days ago, there are neither any updates nor are there any comments from a peer, so hopefully she's doing well. But I personally would not marry this main child who is actually acting very assholey and selfishly. So, alright, the next story was posted 9 days ago and is called "Am I the asshole for freaking out when my wife locked our son out of the house at night after he drank alcohol?" I, male 39, have a 16-year-old son with my wife, female 40. This incident happened a few days ago and she's still mad at me. I was on a work trip, so my wife was at home with our son. When I got back, I found out that he had been hanging out with his friends and they convinced him to drink beer. And he got a little drunk. I'm not saying what he did was right, but him and I had a talk about it and it is fine. The problem is that when he came home and my wife found out, she was furious and kicked him out and refused to let him back in until the morning. He was begging her to let him in, but she wouldn't. When I found out, I was furious. Regardless of what he did, she made a slightly drunk teenager stay outside by himself at night. Something very bad could have happened to him. We had a huge argument over it. I asked her how the hell she thought it was okay. She just kept saying that it's our son's fault for drinking alcohol. My wife isn't really talking to me right now, and my son isn't talking to his mom. I feel like I'm in the right, but maybe I'm not. Am I the asshole? So I have a very European tag on this, I think. So if you're unaware, at least in Germany, you are allowed to drink low percent alcohols when you turn 16. So that means at the age of 16 you are allowed to drink beers, wine and champagne, that sort of stuff, like ciders and bubbles of any kind. Just, everything that has like 5 to 10% or something, and when you turn 18, only then you are allowed to drink hard liquors. So from my European standpoint, I feel like the overreaction is an overreaction, reacting like that to a 16-year-old that has drunk beer. In Germany, again, that would be totally illegal. So I'm guessing this is like American, Australian, something like that. I feel like Australians are a lot looser on the alcohol thing as well, but yeah, maybe American. I don't want to assume, but the 21 thing is pretty well known. But obviously don't quote me here because I could be wrong and I don't have any credible sources at hand, but as far as I am aware, the stats of responsible drinking in Germany versus in America and stuff is the Germans are way better, because you kind of learn very early on how to handle alcohol properly, and by making it more accessible and having like steps in when you're allowed to drink, you also make it less forbidden and less appealing to the kids. Like, everyone wants to do something they're not allowed to when they're teens. So if you're allowed to do it, you usually don't do it as much. And yeah, what I was saying is I am pretty sure there are multiple studies that, for example, say that Americans and Australians, by the way, are a lot more of binge drinkers than Germans, because you learn to drink a lot more with responsibility, and obviously there are a lot of varying opinions on this, and I think everyone, like every parent, should kinda, make their rules themselves. There are obviously a lot of people that were really traumatized by alcohol, that had experience with alcoholism in their family. That is always something that can heavily influence your opinion on something like that. So every parent should decide themselves. Obviously there's legal requirements in some countries like that you can't get around, so I just think, I'd say, in my personal opinion, is that if you teach your kid to responsibly drink alcohol, that is way better than making sure they are fully abstinent till they're of legal drinking age, because chances are that they will not be, and with you not communicating it clearly and not letting them seek help from you when something happens, and them thinking you will be getting mad and that you are a unreliable person to go to in a case of, being too drunk or something, you kind of ruin the bond with your kid a lot more, and you also could end up doing something way worse than if your kid would be drunk one night even though they're 16 and had a couple beers or something. But just think about the scenario of this kid, like he's never going to his mom again when he has any issues with alcohol. So next time he's drinking some beers with his friends, which he will because he's 16, and it's just what teenagers do. Hard truth, but not everyone obviously, but most teenagers do. If he ever ends up in a situation of being very, very intoxicated and, needs someone to help him out of that situation, needs a contact person he can rely on, needs his mom to pick him up, he will not go to his mom because he knows that, it will happen. So I feel like the mom's also locking your kid out for having a beer or two is a very, very overreactive response that I don't feel is justified, and that I feel like is going to ruin a lot more in the long run, because as I said, next time he has a serious problem, he's not going to turn to his mom for help. And you should always try with these things, as for example alcohol, also with sex, the better the communication, the better the preparement. I feel like the better you can set up your kids to actually know what they're getting themselves into, and to know that they can rely on you if they ever fucked up. Like, let's say, you talk about sex and then your kid, son or daughter, accidentally didn't use the condom broke or something. Would you rather your kid trust you enough to come to you and to figure it out with you, or would you rather them not say anything to you and then you get into a teen pregnancy, which isn't the end of the day, but it is something you definitely gonna have to figure out a lot more than buying the pill, the after pill from the pharmacy, So for me it's just like that. So I was definitely drinking before I was 16. see that my opinion on this might be a bit varying to other people, because generally I'd say Germany is a very open country on the topic of alcohol and youth and stuff, and I know that is very different in other countries and also other cultures and religions. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I don't mind your opinion on this, obviously, as long as everyone is safe and as long as you provide your kids safety if they ever happen to fuck up. I'm okay with it. So the top comment is not the asshole. Leslie Mahaffey, a victim of serial killers Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka, was locked out of her house by her parents the night they kidnapped her. They took turns making videos of them. Yeah. Bad and bad. I don't want to get demonetized. This is supposed to be a relaxing video. But you get just for days before they killed her. Have your wife researched that case, and I bet she never looks me out again. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, yeah. Not the asshole. I get that she's trying to teach your son that actions have consequences, but the much more important lesson to teach here is, when I screw up, I can always go home. Mom and Dad might be mad, but I know I will be safe with them and we can talk it out. That is what I've been saying. Punish him for drinking underage, but that's being grounded or having your driving privileges taken away. Exactly. No dessert. No TV for a while. No Wi-Fi. That hurts a lot more. This is an important moment for the parent-child relationship. You want to be home-based, not the police here. Just to be clear, I am not in any way saying don't punish him. He did something wrong, but coming home drunk, your first time drinking, is not the time to be berated and kept out aside. It's the time to hear, sleep it off. We'll be discussing this in the morning. Signed, the son of parents who immediately punished and did things like your wife did. So now we have a very superficial relationship. They can next to no infos because I'm still nervous it will somehow be used against me, and I don't seek them out whenever something happens to me. Yeah, that, I feel like it just hurts your relationship. Like, honestly, give him some water, he will feel, if he drank a lot, he will be feeling shit enough on the next day. I feel like your first hangover is something you remember, and apparently he wasn't even a drunk, like, I don't know. Not the asshole. Your wife single-handedly told your son that if something is wrong, he can't trust her to keep him safe. Withholding safety is not a punishment, it's cruel. I really hope your son has seen you stand up for him on this, that you will have or will sit down with him and tell him that what he did wasn't okay, but that her reaction was entirely unreasonable and unacceptable. She cannot do this kind of thing in the future. Talk with both of them about what rules he is not allowed to break and what will happen if he does, none of which should be abusive responses intended to scare or embarrass him. Yes, this was very well said. I feel like I'm always trying to explain my thoughts for 10 minutes straight, and then I read a comment were terminated immediately. Second daycare was a little better because my wife began a therapy, but my wife was still so nervous and had a complaint every single day. These were not important things, small things like she saw another child took a toy from Alexis and she would cry. The teacher would give the toy back to Alexis, but my wife didn't understand why the other child wasn't punished for it. This daycare didn't kick us out, but did eventually suggest that this may not be the best program for us. My wife and I decided to pull Alexis out. My wife because of her anxiety, myself because I knew my wife had burned bridges and was becoming one of those moms. We chose a smaller home daycare this time as we couldn't afford another center. The woman who owns it is very nice but also firm. She stands by her boundaries and won't let my wife break any rules, whereas the centers were definitely more accommodating. My wife would take any inch she got. This time she doesn't get that opportunity. I thought as well as the owner only speaks to my wife for the most part. Then I get put in a group text saying my wife has been bombarding the owner with texts every day. Despite the owner saying she will text her at lunch when things are settled, she said at this point she will only be responding at specific times of the day and not looking the rest. The owner then added, send several pages of the contract with passages highlighted, reminding us of certain policies my wife had violated. I was pissed. When Alexis went to bed that night, my wife and I talked. I said this was our last option for daycare. The other centers are too expensive and this was the only home daycare in the area that we like. A nanny is not in our budget. My wife made a million excuses, including that it's not her fault she's anxious. I said if we were asked to leave this program too, my wife will be the one quitting her job to watch Alexis, not me. This upset my wife, but I pointed out I've spoken to her kindly about this plenty of times. I encourage her to keep up her therapy, but she can't keep us getting kicked out of programs. My wife is now not speaking to me. Am I the asshole? Edit. I cannot be the primary contact for daycare due not being able to have my phone on me at work. So, oh my god. I'm not sure how qualified I am to speak on this topic because I'm not a mom, and other than being in a pair for a while, I don't know too much about childcare, but in my opinion, it does sound like the wife has a serious issue, and it is good that she's in therapy, but it honestly sounds like she might need a little more. Maybe she needs a lot more therapy, or another therapist or something. Honestly, I can't speak on that too much because we don't have any background information on how that is going, but it is very weird what is going on. I feel like first of all, I don't know, like, what is she even doing? I feel like my kindergarten never told my mom anything, and there would not have been a live feed where you can watch the kids. That just sounds a bit, a bit suspicious to me. I don't know, maybe. I don't know how much of that has happened yet, but I would sit that woman down from daycare, and I would make myself, and I am sorry, but if your wife is going to therapy and stuff, you have to be the primary contact. Like, talk to your boss. I understand that this is annoying, but this cannot go on, okay? So talk to your boss and make sure you can be the primary contact for the daycare. Like, situation, tell them to just not react to any texts. I would just completely try and de-escalate it, like no texts, no live feed, whatever goes on in the daycare goes on in the daycare and is none of the mom's business. I feel like I don't know what kindergartens or daycares or prairie or things you were in, but my mum, like, I don't think anyone any idea what we were doing all day there. Like, I don't know, but I feel like if I have one thing to say, then avoid at all costs that the woman, that your wife in that current state is responsible for babysitting or taking care of that child. If she never wants her to be upset, and if all that is going on, that kid will not have a fun time growing up and will have a lot of childhood trauma. You will not be able to get away with therapy. So I would really try to prevent that. And I feel like he isn't the asshole for saying that, because I don't know, definitely should offer better opportunities, but I don't think he's the asshole for trying to do the best for his daughter. I don't know, but to be very honest, I feel like he's kinda trying to take himself out of responsibility there with saying he can't be the primary contact and he can't do this, he can't do that. He's not providing any solutions to the problem. He's just making the problems worse. So yeah, while he's not the cause of the problems, he's definitely not really helping it to be any better. Like, then you gotta be the one who steps down. I don't know. Top comments. Not the asshole, to keep it 100 honest with you. 20 years down the line, your daughter is going to hate your wife, and there's a high chance she will not be part of your lives. Your wife is the exact definition of a toxic helicopter parent. She's going to not only ruin your life already in that process, or your daughter's in the future, and her own life. This 100% not the asshole. OP's wife isn't just a helicopter parent, but a steamroller. She will steamroll any and all challenges their daughter will ever face, and making sure that their daughter is either terrified of the world or completely incapable of dealing with any kind of disappointment, challenge, or both. OP needs to do something now if he wants a relationship with his daughter and make sure his daughter doesn't inherit his wife's crippling anxiety. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be something done. Not the asshole. Your wife is harassing and abusing the daycare workers. She needs to be put in therapy, which she already is, and you both need to be in counselling together. She needs to talk to her doctor about her postpartum anxiety. This isn't healthy or livable, and she likely needs more than just talk therapy. Yeah, I agree. Not the asshole. My concern, if your wife is a micromanager and she ends up staying at home with your kid, this will not be a good option. My mother was a control freak growing up and took me a long time to get the confidence after she destroyed the little I had. Yeah, it is kind of like the general consensus. I just don't know what to do, and no one is really providing any solutions to this topic. Like, I'm trying to think of a solution, because she is already in therapy. Like, what else is he supposed to do? But as I said, I feel like I would try to make the daycare thing his responsibility, as hard as it might be to figure out with the roles in his life. But maybe that's just what has to happen. Okay, now the interesting comment I think I will read, which probably will be the last, is this one. As an early childhood educator, I am horrified by your description of your wife's behaviour. Unless significant progress is made, she's going to be a complete nightmare when your daughter heads to pre-kinder or kindergarten. she better put a priority on learning some coping skills. It sounds like she's just one outburst away from her kid being kicked out again. Not the asshole. Yeah, but then again, I don't think the parent being alone with that mom is going to be the best solution either. Let's see. There's no updates, but OP has been quite doing quite a lot of commenting. Sorry. And they said, for example, the job I work isn't going to be able to accommodate that. I don't know what that is, but I assume something like that. I do have someone that can reach me at the site in the event of an emergency, such as my daughter's ill or hurt, and they do that. But I can't change anything else, or I will lose my job, and then we don't have to worry about daycare anymore, or even a house. We can live in a cardboard box because my wife doesn't want to stop harassing these people, and I need to lose my job to babysit her. Ooh, this sounds spicy. So, okay. Maybe I thought about this, that maybe see, I don't know if that is a possibility, maybe see if there are any family members you have maybe on your wife's side of the family, like her mom, her dad, or something, that would be able to pinch in and help by bringing and taking back the kid from daycare, so that your daughter, like your wife, doesn't have any contact with the workers at the daycare, because I don't think there otherwise a lot of communication is needed, except there are any special circumstances, which in that case he is reachable. So I do think they should see if they have a close family member or a friend or something, or maybe they can pay someone to bring and get back the kid, so the wife does not come into contact with any workers in any way possible. And I would make sure the daycare has her number blocked. I don't know, I feel like there's definitely a psychological reason behind that, so I feel like any daycare worker that is educated and can realize such a problem will be able to, you know, realize that it is nothing she might be consciously doing, but something built on some kind of trauma or some kind of, you know, anxiety or illness and stuff, you know. So I feel like you should be getting some support from the daycare workers if you just approach the topic with a lot of honesty, and I would just try and do my best to take the wife out of the process of the daycaring and make sure she gets more therapy than she currently has. Maybe she needs to go on like a little retreat for a few weeks and just really work on this, because not good, and it is going entirely too far if she is yelling and, you know, threatening daycare workers. That is not normal behaviour. That's also not normal helicopter parenting behaviour. That is very excessive. But anyhow, I wish this family the best. I hope that figures itself out, that gets a resolution somehow. Just, you know, that would be amazing for the kid. Do not